and welcome back to another YouTube video. So last week I went to like Ohio/Indiana. I have relatives that live in both states, and the main trip was to go to Indiana, but we stopped in Ohio for to stay overnight. So I vlogged actually a lot of it, but I didn't talk during the vlog because it's just weird vlogging in public. I don't want to do it. So I just filmed and I'm gonna voice it over. And I wrote down everything that I have to say, and this note is 5,000 years long. But let's just get into this video. Okay, so here we are traveling, and that's it. Okay, so here's a sort of tour of my aunt's super fancy house. So this is my room, and this is a main area where the living room and kitchen is and all that stuff. And here's the room above the garage. I think there's a special name for it, but I forgot, so that's it. Also, there's this weird thing where dogs only lick my ankles. And then we went out to eat, and there's a school park area with a stream and all that jazz. And this just looked cool, so yeah. And then there's this area over here with lights and a waterfall, and there's this dock type thing with a little house. Yeah, I don't really know. Right now I'm in Ohio, and there's this huge shopping center here, and they have a Brandy Melville, and I've only been to a Brandy Melville once when I went to California 2 years ago. And they had one in San Francisco. I went in, but I didn't understand the hype and stuff about it. So now I want to go back, and we were gonna go today, but I thought it closed at 10, but it really closed at 9. So we're probably gonna go tomorrow morning. We want to leave around 9 in the morning to go to Indiana because it's about another 3 hours. We're probably gonna leave around 10:30 because Brandy doesn't open until 10. And yeah, I just really wanted to go. There's a lot of traffic coming here, so it was around 7.5 hours when it's usually 6 hours. And I watched 4 movies in that time. So I watched Alex Strangelove, which is on Netflix. It came out about a year ago and I want to watch it, but I just don't really like watching movies. It's kind of weird. So I just usually only watch movies when I'm on trips and stuff. So Alex Strangelove was actually a really good movie. It's like a coming out story type thing, and let me just say it was a lot better than Love, Simon. Yeah, I didn't really like Love, Simon, so please don't hate me about that. I didn't think it was a good movie. Yeah, but Alex Strangelove was actually really good. The only disappointing thing was at the end when everything went down at prom, which is such a cliche thing. So hot in this. Where was I going with this? I don't know. The ending was just a little disappointing, but that's usually how all movies are, so. And I watched Megamind, which, let me just say, it was a religious experience. That was actually a really good movie, and I know it's been memed about and stuff, but it was really good. Yeah, I just don't know what else to say about the movie. It's just a really good movie. So as a person that likes superhero movies, that one's up at the top of my list. Then I watched The Fantastic Mr. Fox. I've already seen that movie, but I haven't seen it in a while. I rented it on Fandango because I got a bunch of these gift cards to there, and usually you buy movie tickets with it, but I have the Cinemark Movie Club, and you don't have to pay the extra online fees. We usually buy tickets through Cinemark. And then I realized that you can rent stuff through there, and yeah, that's what I did. And then I watched Perks of Being a Wallflower. The minute I started watching it, I was I'm probably not gonna like this movie. And guess what? I was right. The kid, I think his name was Charlie, is a freshman. And then he becomes friends with all these seniors. And then he gets all these seniors to start liking him in a romantic way. So yeah, he's kind of a player. He gets all the seniors as a freshman. So there's this party scene where someone's just oh, do you want a brownie? He's oh yeah, sure. I was totally super hungry and I really want a brownie. And he gets high because it's a pot brownie. If I go to a party, my first question is, does this have pot in it? When I was younger, they had these black parties, which they only invited the entire neighborhood just so people didn't call the cops on them. And there was a bunch of brownies. And then me and my friends being 8, we're just ooh, brownies. So don't eat the brownies. So yeah, now I'm kind of traumatized, and I always ask if these brownies have pot in them if I'm at a party. Yeah, so tomorrow I am going to Indiana. Here's Brandy Melville, and I felt really awkward filming it, so there's not a lot. Hello, so today is day 2 of this vacation. Yeah, so it was kind of an experience. I'm not entirely sure if it's a good experience or a bad one. I only got 2 things. They didn't take the security tag off. Whatever, I could just cut it, right? Because it's just a wire. But anyway, I got this black belt. It was $10, which like I feel like is okay for a belt, but also Brandy Melville's pretty expensive. I noticed that a lot of their shirts, which not to mention are one size, and one sizes are normally like smalls and I'm a medium. Yeah, but a lot of their t-shirts just look like basic stuff. A lot of their stuff is cute, and if I did have a lot of money, I probably would spend like all of it there. So yeah, I got this belt because I wanted a black belt for a while to go with like mom jeans and stuff. Yeah, and then I got these socks. That's all I got. We are gonna go to a restaurant in Indianapolis because they live really close to Indianapolis. It's like a revolving restaurant, which like it's at the top of a building and it like spins around. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And they said it's a fancy restaurant, and I only brought one dress, which is like a t-shirt dress. And here's a bridge that we crossed in Indianapolis. And the restaurant was in a hotel, so this is like the check-in area, which is pretty cool. And this is a view from the restaurant, and it was very expensive. But like not extremely expensive. Like an entree was $40, but of course I didn't order an entree, I just ordered some soup and a side. But the presentation was really nice, and I'll show some pics, but the food was okay. And then we walked to the canal that runs through the city. But this is the Capitol building that you could see from the restaurant with the green roof. And this is where we ate. And there's this walking path with a bunch of sculptures like the circle one. And then there's some ominous smoke coming from this manhole. Here's this thing with box lights that sometimes squirts up water, and I was nervous water would come out the second I walked through. Then there's a sculpture that kind of looks like a lacrosse stick. And here's a view of the canal from above. And here's a paddle boat that my mom wanted to rent even though we were wearing dresses, but the rentals were closed. And here's a bridge with the mural painted under it. I feel like I'm just saying, and here's. Okay. And here's some Medal of Honor walk for just about every war America has fought in. And the smoke is also coming out of this clock, so is this a conspiracy? And here's a dancer getting her pictures taken, which I thought was really cool. Also, this is some spinny thing outside of a museum that I'm not quite sure what it is. Sorry for the incredibly awful quality, but we also saw a bunny. And we swam in my aunt's cousin's pool, and it was super nice. Now we're going into the stadium to see Cirque du Soleil on ice. We found this diagram that shows what the stadium looks like, and we had trouble printing out the tickets, so we didn't have time to eat dinner, and here's our luxurious meal of chicken fingers from a stand in the arena. And here's a video of this girl falling through ice. So basically, I just took notes on like a run through of what happened through the entire show. Okay, so she fell through ice. She landed in some parallel universe under the lake or whatever. There's this juggling scene with this guy playing a clarinet, and I don't really think he was actually playing the clarinet. And then the parallel universe her gave her a pen, and somehow that's important. And then there's this guy who's supposed to be like the comic relief of the show. I don't really think he was that funny. Yeah, and then there's this violin player, and I couldn't really tell if he was actually playing violin or not because it looked like really accurate. Like, it wasn't like the Umbrella Academy where Vanya was just like completely off from the music. Like this guy was actually like right on with the music, so I don't know if he was playing or not. And then you know the song Chandelier by Sia? Yeah, well there's a cover of that song that they played, and then she was like on a swing high up in the air. And then there's this whole like hockey player scene with a bunch of hockey players, and they did some tricks and that stuff. It was pretty cool. And then there's this like whole scene with business people doing some stuff. I don't really understand the like importance of the business people because they just kept coming back throughout the show. And I don't know if it's meant to symbolize like this girl's internal struggle with like growing up. I don't know. And then I took a video of this business guy like straight up flipping in the air. And here's another business guy doing some cool stuff on top of like 8 chairs. And then this girl, I think she gets a little jealous because she doesn't have a boyfriend. Then these people like come out with like their significant other or whatever, and they're like dancing and stuff, and she's just sitting there like, oh god, wish that was me. But then she does find someone, like this guy's like swinging from like an aerial silk type thing, and a cover of Halo by Beyonce is playing, and here's the love interest swinging in the air. And then sometimes he picked her up and she swung with him. But that was like also pretty impressive. And then she broke through the ice at the end and it ended. That was it. So I'm like still kind of confused at what exactly happened the entire time I was there. Also, they had a ton of expensive merch that we didn't buy any of, but my phone told me that my storage was full, so that's all I could film. Yeah, so that's all the vlog footage I have. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for some more wholesome quality comedy content. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Okay, so this is completely unrelated, but I have a job at my school, like cleaning and stuff, and we got to go up on the roof, and this is the highest point of the school, so that's pretty cool. And we went shopping a lot because my aunt lives like right next to a mall, but I didn't really find anything that I liked because their school goes back like in August when mine goes back in September, and they still have like summer clothes out, so I couldn't really find anything I liked. Anyways, just don't forget to eat your vegetables.